So I'm currently putting this little video together on the train, killing some time. I should be working on something else, but never mind. I wanted to get this fort down. So I've spent a long time thinking about the opening to Skyfall, and one of my favourite parts is... Oh, and by the way, I guess it goes without saying that I don't own the copyright to any of this footage. Just thought I'd get that out there. The adjusting of the cuffs in this sequence here was Craig's idea, and he spoke about it in a recent article with GQ. The moment is pure Bond, yet differently so. Craig's Bond isn't detached from the moment he is fully immersed, holding himself together. Otherwise, he's just shooting his fucking cuff, Craig said. Isn't he cool? He's not cool. He's really not cool at that point. When I mentioned the cuffs to Mendes, he remembered the improvisation straight away, because it has come from inside, he said. So I like that moment, but this moment here is this one where he checks for the first time that he's wounded, his face here. Not one of pain, but of anger that Patrice has had the audacity to shoot him. Maybe he's angry at himself for getting shot in the first place. But we know one thing, Bond is pissed. And the fight on the train is very even. No one really gets the upper hand in this fight. And Bond comes off second best through no fault of his own. But his pursuit of Patrice and his belief that he will get the better of him is not based on anything other than his brashness, his overconfidence, his cockiness. And when he does face Patrice again, you'll notice that they're very evenly matched in hand-to-hand combat. Mendes proves this by giving you only the silhouettes. You can't separate the two. And only in this reveal here do you realise that it's a coin toss between these two. And this could have easily been Bond. Yet at the same time, it could never have been. Bond will always be the victor. He has that unflinching belief that he'll always overcome. And it reminds me of how Tyson would rock up to the ring just wearing a towel. He just knew. There would be no need for histrionics. It would be brief, clinical, and only one outcome. So what else? Again, these will be called the not really newsletters because they're not news in any way. I'm sorry, but I just like diaries. I like keeping track, and sometimes you never know how important it can be. Video diaries especially. My mum recently showed me this video of my Uncle Graham and Auntie Angela. This must be about 30 years ago. We'd always get the families together for Christmas, but what a moment that is. Anastasia says my Uncle Graham has a twinkle in his eye even now, and you can see it here. Like knick-knack. I love mushrooms. The key to a good lockdown, I found, is having a girlfriend that knows how to cook mushrooms. And simple pleasures. And also these fruit tarts. Look at that. Just puff pastry, apple preserve, and fruit from the local market. She doesn't understand that you need to put the hand towels in the other way. So I'll go back in later and change it back round. I remember a friend of mine had a mania about the way toilet paper should be dispensed. Like a waterfall, he once said. That's probably the best description I've ever heard of anything. This is Manya, our cat. I took this footage this morning, just keeping an eye on the world going by. We're a long way up here. Anastasia has kittens, pardon the pun, when she sits on the ledge like this, but I said you have to let cats be cats. This is our other cat, Philya. They're sister and brother, and I took this photo leaning out of our window onto the roof. And this is Roger. Many of you might know Roger, our cockapoo. We've had him over a year now, and this is how he reacts when I come home. I used to find this really annoying, but now I just can't get enough of it.
Well, if VP can get comfortable with it.
Now, Anastasia and I have been doing these 10-minute ab workouts. This Chloe Ting thing, I think her name is on YouTube. She's very good. I know the guys on the fitness panel on Operation Phoenix said that these don't work, these kind of 10-minute ab tricks, but I don't know, we're seeing some good results. I'm not going to take my top off, but it's not looking too shabby right now. Here's the park I run around. I don't think that's very interesting. I actually find videos of people working out incredibly dull. Unless it's Sylvester Stallone running up the Philadelphia steps. And I've done those steps last year. This is me. Possibly one of the best days of my life, this. I'm just going to let this run. I like watching this.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, come on. Rocket footprints.
Oh wow! Look
Come
at
on,
those.
come on, son.
Look at those.
Wait,
That's amazing.
Where you from?